YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Prime Status. Um, I just wanted to come on here and make this video to talk about a pretty important topic that I should have said, you know, from a few months ago. But it's been on my mind for a very good, a very long time. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I think that it's important for me, as a man myself, and for a lot of other young men out there as well. Um, how should I begin? I'm gonna start by saying that I would say over the past 5 years or so, just being on social media, excuse me for the background and the noise in the background and stuff like that. But over the past 5 years or so, since being on social media, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, ever since these new updates have come along, um, I've realized that there's been an increasing trend in between female rights and men's rights, and there's just been this ongoing feud between who's right and who's wrong. And I got to the point where I started to take in a lot more red pill content from the Manosphere. A lot of famous YouTubers like AMS, Steffes Gold, you know, um, MJ Get Right, just to name a few. Who's the other one? FitX Fearless, that's a good one. Has a lot of good fitness tips and stuff like that. Um, Over my course of just consuming this type of content, I've become aware of the fact that you know this type of content has been created to you know make aware of prominent evil. you know and when I speak of prominent evil, I'm not saying this in terms of females are the bad person. They're really not. But it's the whole agenda that's behind you know major movements like feminism and Me Too, and a lot of other very very narcissistic you know agendas. Um, what I came to realize is that eventually, I found this content very informative. I found this content very, entertaining. Like, this content was, yeah, this is exactly what's happening on dating apps, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on, what I'm saying. Every time, you look at these females, especially these the provocative females that we see every day, posting pictures of their fucking ass, just twerking, shaking, doing all this, and getting all these comments from all these guys, and just fucking going on a fucking rampage, right? But then when you put a guy in the same situation, it's never the same. It's never the same. It's never the same. The same type of attention that's that he gets. It's never like the same. It's never equal. Even though they say we have equality and stuff like that. And basically, what happened what happened is a lot of these red pill coaches, these black pill, these MGTOW coaches, these Manosphere guys, right? A lot of the times, what I began to see over the past because like I said, this has been a 5 year time span for me. So I would say within the last 3 years, I would so within the past 3 years or so, there has been a increasing trend of of these guys basically attacking females, attacking the whole female nature. And I began to think to myself, it's not that these guys hate women, although some of them do, from my understanding of or based on rumors that I've heard, that some of these men do hate women. It's not that I hate women, but it's getting to a point where we have become so lackadaisical as men in general that we're failing to accept the fact that females are always going to be who they are, and we'll never be able to change that. you know I understand the place of the manosphere. I understand the place of red pill. I understand the place of black pill and all these other different types of pills, and masculine manosphere information, whatever the fuck. I understand the place of it is to educate, inform, and at best, most of the content is very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I find most of this shit funny. The shit that they be saying, I'm like, oh, she did that. Oh, like this happened to him. Is funny at best. But it gets to a point where um the whole red pill manosphere is filled with a lot of men that are hurt to the bone, a lot of men that are starting to commit things that got a phone call coming in. I'm gonna just tell this guy I'm gonna call him back. Okay, tell him that I'm calling back. Okay. Yeah, a lot of a lot of the manosphere, a lot of these guys within these you know this whole fucking this bubble that we're in right now as men are very hurt. We've been through they've been through trauma. They've been through some things. They've been out of past relationships that were toxic with some women, and they take these things to heart to the point where they're willing to commit murder, kill women for cheating on them, doing all these things. I mean, you've seen the news. I mean, I know most guys, most people don't live on the rocks. We've seen what some of these guys, are capable of doing. We've seen what some of these guys are capable of doing to women, and it's very, when you look at that shit, it's outrageous, man. Like, to see how this warfare between the manosphere and feminism has taken things to the extreme, to the point where these women and men generally hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Me as a physically fit individual who goes to the gym at least 3 times a week, do calisthenics 2 times a week. Um, you know, for me, it's becoming a daunting reality to know that when I walk outside, for example, or I'm in Manhattan, the type of looks that I get from female is not what you would expect. I would get very hateful looks from female, and I do understand why this is, because a lot of the times, we've shifted into a new era where there is now no longer a giant feminist movement, but there's now a movement for body for body positivity, right? So eventually, I start to get these indirect nonverbal attacks from the opposite gender for no reason. Just being physically fit, you don't have to say anything. Just being in the gym, working out. People look at you, with this type of hate in their eyes, and I can definitely see that. So that's something that's big. But one of the big things, that the big points that I wanted to touch on is that is the actual men that are within these different type of organizations, these the manosphere, the red pill, black pill. you know what I need y'all to understand is that this is not gonna be around forever. This is not gonna last forever, and we are moving into a society that views men, strong men, as being disposable, right? Men with muscle, men, that are tall. It doesn't matter, what race or creed or background that you're from. A lot of the times, we as strong men, we're best suited for, very, low level jobs, sad to say, service type jobs that require a lot of manual labor, right? While the more comfortable, better suited jobs are normally given to highly educated females, and that's a big trend that's happening today, because a lot of females in today's modern world are outperforming men in academics, entertainment, the workplace. So typically, on average, you find that your hiring manager is a female, or your general manager is a female, in whatever type of workplace that you go into, and that's just the facts. Not saying that that's a bad thing now, but I'm just saying that that's what it is, and things like those add more fuel to the feminist rage. That's what I would call it, because you also have the red pill rage, which is a whole bunch of crybaby guys, right? Who's crying about female nature, but I think the biggest takeaway point from this video, which I don't want it to be very long, is that you know, the female nature is never gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? Feminism is never gonna go away, but the manosphere is dying. The manosphere, the red pill, the black pill, the whatever you want to call it, it will eventually cease to exist. That's what I want to bring across, because you gotta understand that society is not for a strong man nowadays. Society, gone are those days, right? Remember, uh, women women have been plotting for centuries to for this. Like, it's crazy. Women have been plotting for centuries. There's no coming back, from what things are already at. There's no going back to how things um were currently or were before. You know what I'm saying? So the manosphere is a dying entity, and eventually the last of us are just gonna be, scavengers hiding on the fucking rocks, being scared to talk what we really feel on social media. Because remember, social media is literally ganging up on us. Social media is ganging up on a lot of these dudes, these red pill dudes, these MGTOW dudes, deleting their videos, banning this, banning that, canceling this guy for this, canceling him for saying that. The whole cancel culture is not for men. You gotta understand that um, we're on the losing end of we're on the losing spectrum of a warfare. So we're not gonna win. So suck it up as a man. I'm just being honest. Like, just suck it up. And the best advice that I could give to any one of you guys, out there, who still, like myself, because I still watch, Red Pill content. I still watch Red Pill videos from like Steph Cold, AMS, these big, top guys in the, that whole the Manosphere industry, stuff like that. But the biggest takeaway that I want to say to you guys is that, don't take this thing to heart. Don't let it put you in a box and think to yourself that you want to hate females for the rest of your life. Because the reality is that female nature has always been female nature since the dawn of time. That has never changed, right? The only thing that has changed is that ever since females have been given, equal rights, females, which in my opinion, I think, there's nothing wrong with that. um the female nature has become more prominent. We now start to see this in light. The only reason why we as men weren't able to see this in light back in the fucking medieval times, back in, the fucking, 17th century, was because that back during those times, you could consider that females were not given, positions of authority. Females were not given, positions of empowerment or anything like that. Because during those times, it was strictly a man controlled, a man ruled world. You know what I'm saying? It was men going to war, men on the front line, men doing this, men in control of everything. Kings were men, all this thing. I'll tell you to do this, you go do it. There's no questions asked, right? But now we're in a society now where both genders are equal. Both genders there's equal parties. There's equal contribution to society. There's equal say in what goes on. So now, like, it's like, you know um you gotta understand that by nature, women are all women by nature have a portion of narcissism, and this is what gets heightened, once that equal rights come about. And that is eventually how feminism was born. And it's feminism that is this evil. Feminism is the evil that is hyper infatuating the narcissistic level of these females, to a point where it's no longer about equality. It's about control, right? It's about controlling and emasculating men. And that is the evil that the manosphere, that the red pill, that the black pill is trying to fight against. um it is not trying to turn men into monsters, in my opinion. Even though I feel like a lot of these content creators, that may be a part of their agenda, to turn men into monsters, to do, hideous things against women, which I highly doubt. I just feel like some content creators are out there have that type of mentality. But I really think that the whole purpose of the manosphere, to this point, after 5 years of consuming it, is just to spread enlightenment, give, knowledge, give information, and it's like I said, it's entertaining at best. Um, yeah. But like I said, eventually all good things will come to an end, because social media is never gonna just disappear. The internet is never just gonna disappear. And for feminism, the social media is the biggest weapon, against men. Like, you do not, in under no circumstances, win as a man on social media. I would say more to that, as an average guy on social media, you don't win. But as an average female, the discrepancies is is a little bit broader. You know what I'm saying? They, social media is in more favor of them, than us. Even on dating apps, you can still consider dating apps under the whole umbrella of social media. And I mean, as a guy, you already know what the fuck happens on dating apps, right? The whole fucking 80% of guys at the bottom tomorrow, 20% of these guys. I don't want to get into it, but you get the idea. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video, just to let y'all know I'm about to end it right now. But I hope you guys stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Even though under these fucking turbulent times, you know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. The only thing that I would say that we have as men is just to get 1% better every day. Level up, stay healthy. Work out, continue to self improve. Meditate. Read a book. Try to learn new information every day that you could use to better yourself in the future. And that's about it. The more we indulge in self improvement is the better the future will get for us, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion, I don't think this is about women. It's not. It's never been about women. It's about you as a man. Just improving yourself and making your situation better in the future. So just forget about all of that. The MGTOW, the red pill stuff. Like I said, it's important to know about what's going on and know about female nature if you don't know about it. And like I said, female nature is nothing new. That shit has always been around for centuries. It's just now that we're starting to, we as men, or our ancestors are coming from a position of power now, and we're just starting to see the tug of war. Why we are now seeing what it is, but it's always been there. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for you guys. If y'all like the video, like it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to share it, share it. If y'all have any opinions that y'all want to say, comment section is down below. And that's about it. I'll catch y'all guys next when I make the next video.